This is the Byniiur Watch Repair Kit, Tool Kit. I got this thing on Amazon. I was looking for a watch tool kit when I bought that SRPJ 13 from my father-in-law. I knew I needed to resize the bracelet for him, and so I looked for a resizing tool. That watch comes with a bracelet that has pendant collars, so I wanted to do it the right way, and so I purchased this for the price of that one little tool. This, I think I paid about 18 bucks on Amazon. You get a bunch of other tools, and so let's see what you get, and I'll tell you why it's dangerous in a little bit. So this foam doesn't come with it, but I use this to sit the watches on or whatever. You get, they say this is 180 something pieces watch kit, but most of that is just the pins. So you get these tips, some of which work with the spring bar removal tool that it comes with, and some with another tool. We'll see that in a moment. You get these finger cuts. I never used them, but they're, finger cuts. And you get a gang of different size spring bars for watches. So I guess that's useful. If you have a watch that's missing a spring bar, these things can go flying and you can lose them. Just look in this bag, pick the appropriate size, and boom, you're all set. Just dropped out a bunch. So they don't come in these little baggies. I had these baggies laying around. Some of the stuff comes in these baggies, but I just put them all in one, stuff them all in one baggie. So this is the tool I was talking about. Now this one, none of this stuff is extraordinary, but it works. It does the job. And some of the attachments you get, one, this is one. You can see that one is slightly bent, but if you're careful and do things slowly, this is to adjust when you put the watch on here. You can adjust the height. It doesn't go up that much, but once you get it started, it works great for watches that have pins and collars. Alternatively, you could just hammer it out. Use the hammer. I like that this one comes with a plastic tip, because you miss a strike and you put a mark on your watch band or case or table or whatever. So, and then here 3-4 different sizes punches that you can use. They're all slightly different in size of the tips. You get this screwdriver. They call it a precision screwdriver. I like it. It has inside is hollow when you open it up, and you have different tips that you can change here, and then you put them in here for storage. You're not going to be restoring any watches with this kit, but that just presses back in. And spring bar tool. What I found with this is really nice. You can get good leverage with it, but these tips, they come unscrewed really easily, and it has a little centimeter/millimeter rule on it, which can come in handy. You get this case back opener for the prime motion. For those case backs that don't screw, they snap in, press in. You get a polishing cloth. I haven't opened it yet. I have a dozen polishing cloths. You get this little bracelet holder, put your bracelet in on the side, and this is where you would use the hammer to hammer in those pins. Here you get, oh, we'll come back to this in a second. Here you get the watch holder. This is come in clutch to hold the watch steady when you're trying to change straps or remove the case back. You get a set of tweezers. These are really sharp, and they're steel, but be careful. I once lost a collar. It just went flying across the room. I ended up finding it, but that was scary. And you get this, what they're calling a precision screwdriver. It's flathead. It's decent. It's like one of the ones you get in those cheap sets. Now, this guy. This is the case back remover tool. It works, and it's a little, nothing is on there really stiff and steady, but if you get these tips into the groove, you select the right tip size from this assortment. In this case, it's supposed to snap closed, but I have a bit of tape on it here to keep it closed because it will definitely open up in this case. But once you get the appropriate size tips for your case back, then you adjust this. I have this adjusted to most of my case backs. And adjust it here. You get it. What I do is I get these two in correctly, snug. And then I slowly adjust this one to get a snug fit. And when you get it on there right, you could actually lift the watch up, or the watch case, once you unscrew it. And it'll stay on here. But you have to be really careful because you can scratch your case back with this. But this is why this kit is dangerous. In one of my other videos, the one for the SRPG 39, I was watching some watch videos and I wanted to see if I could play around with it and adjust the timing. It was fast every day by, I don't know, 5-10 seconds. And I keep all of my watches accurate to the same, adjusted to the same exact time, down to the second. It's amazing how when you get into watches, seconds and milliseconds matter. But anyway, so I decided to open up the watch. Opened up the watch. I adjusted it. It didn't have a time grapher. I didn't have that app, the watch accuracy meter app that I found later. And so I had to wait to see if the time on the watch was closer, faster, or slower. And this went on for about 9 or 10 times, and eventually I found the watch accuracy meter, which works really good. And figured out that the watch time, based on the position you have it in, is going to vary. And the beat error was way off. So when I say way off, it was about 2 milliseconds off. So I decided to open the watch one last time to see if I could adjust the beat error. And as soon as I got inside the watch, I hit the balance spring. And boom, the watch stopped. It died. My heart dropped. And I set things in motion to replace this watch. And so I went out and bought it again. And I paid about, it cost me an extra $12. I think I had bought it for $184, brand new. Again, I was searching for the model with the made in Japan on the dial and on the case back, and I paid about $12 more for the replacement, but it was worth it because I really love this watch. So the case, or this tool set in and of itself is not dangerous, but it becomes dangerous if you start wanting to become a watchmaker and start tinkering with your watches. It's not worth it to open up your watch and try to get it the accuracy set right, because one thing that I learned is that depending on how the watch is, whether it's on your wrist or placed in the watch box, the way you set it, the way you sit it down, or the way that it's sitting, whether on your wrist or in the box, can determine the accuracy of the watch. So for instance, I figured out with these 4 automatic watches, if I sit them dial up, they will run about 5 seconds faster a day, just sitting in the box. If I tilt them slightly, they will run closer to 1 second faster a day. And I could easily look at my quartz watches and see what time it's running at. So for instance, if you look over here and then you look back over here, this one is pretty on, right on. This one is running fast, about 5 seconds right now. I was just handling it for a video, and I had it at the dial up position. Now if I just tilt it this way, eventually it'll go back to running within 0 seconds per day. The same thing with this one and this one. So if I let my watches sit in the box, generally I'm wearing this one, but when I'm going out, I'll wear a different watch. And depending on how I let them sit in this box, when I go to pick them up, they're bang on. And of course I have my grab and goes, the quartz watches, so I don't have to worry about that. So 20 bucks, 18 bucks, right around there on Amazon for this watch tool kit. It pretty much pays for itself. If you have to open up a watch to change a battery for yourself or for someone else, I don't know how much they charge for that, but you do that once or twice and this thing has paid for itself. So let's put everything back where it goes. I don't think that went like that. I think I'm a little bit OCD about putting things back where they go. But hey, never hurt anyone being organized, right? So where was this guy? I think he goes here. This guy goes here. Like so. This guy goes in here. I just tuck this in with him like that. And then these finger cuts and these spring bars, just so that when I open this up, everything's not flying around. I just consolidate this into this little baggie like that. And so overall, this was a gift and a curse, in that it caused me to kill a watch, but I learned my lesson. I'm not going to try to get my watches to 0 seconds per day and 0 beat error, because it doesn't even make sense. When you put the watch on your wrist, it does all kinds of things, and perhaps Seiko knows that. And if you need to know things down to the second, use your phone or a quartz watch. So that's my thoughts on the Byniiur Watch Tool Repair Kit, Tool Kit, Tool Set. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you use this, or what you use or don't use and don't use it. And in another video, I'll talk about the watch case that I have. So thanks for watching.